So we are Two Girls in Food. I'm Paula. Whenever you're ready, it's Jasmine. Oh. Hey YouTubers, I'm Jasmine. I'm Paula. And we are Two Girls in Food, and today we are at Tschudin Chocolates right here on Main Street in Middletown. And we're going to be meeting today with Rob, and we're going to be getting up in that kitchen.
And what happened to this?
Yeah, and this is a little mystery surprise right here. You're going to find out what happens to this. Stay tuned. Yes.
Right. We are here to interview this young lady who wants to model chocolate.
I do.
So we've decided, do you want to model A or Model T?
I will do a Model T.
Okay. Tschudin Chocolates. So what useless information can I share with you?
Oh, please. Maybe it's useful. It's the complete opposite. I guess the $1,000,000 question is, why chocolate? What is the obsession with chocolate?
Man, that's a really good question. I have no answer for that other than I have many obsessions and this is one of them.
I noticed. Apparently on your resume you are an attorney, you produced People's Lawyer, you also were a firefighter. There's also a videographer and the tightrope-walker. And a tightrope-walker.
Yeah, all true.
That's awesome. That is really cool.
Yeah, more to come. I haven't decided what yet.
Oh God.
No, you go around once in life. You might as well enjoy it and do everything you can while you can, because you don't know what tomorrow may bring. So, that's my philosophy. Yeah. But on a more serious note, I mean, I've enjoyed chocolate all my life. And fortunately, I had the opportunity to travel around the world when I was younger. Not everywhere, but in enough different countries where chocolate was enjoyed to develop a pretty good appreciation for it. And I have a sweet tooth, so I had to indulge it. But chocolate's really fun. It's kind of a combination of math, science, physics, chemistry, and finger painting.
With the sculptures that you have done, because I did see a few in the lobby, what is the hardest one that you have completed so far?
Ooh, hardest one. Man, they were all hard at one time or another. We did a steampunk rocket ship that was pretty challenging.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Please send me a picture of that. That'd be cool.
I do have a picture somewhere. There's actually a couple of pictures I think up on our website. On Facebook. Oh, the baby crib we did for the March of Dimes. We did a full-size rocking baby crib.
Wow.
Yep.
Physically rocking like.
Yep.
Oh,
and
wow.
We did a mattress out of marshmallow. We did a marshmallow mattress with tufts in it. And most people who saw it couldn't believe that it was actually made of chocolate. And that was very satisfying. They're all challenging in their own way. Sometimes because of the challenge of creating the illusion, the texture illusion, and sometimes just getting little details right. But then the other challenge is actually on some of the baked goods and some of the chocolate confections, getting them to work, getting the ganaches to be in balance.
Okay, so for stupid people over here, what exactly is a ganache? Does it just mean chocolate filled? I've never actually heard of that word before.
Ganache, well, ganache is used, it's a very interesting semantic thing. Ganache is used interchangeably with the word truffle in many societies, and then sometimes truffle means truffle and ganache means ganache. Oh my ganache. Essentially, it's any combination of chocolate and water in some form. And so what we're trying to do with a ganache is create an emulsion of the fat and the water components and get it in balance. So that can be pretty tricky, but there are ways, time-honored ways of solving that problem. Beating it with a stick, aka blender or spatula, and just physically, pushing it together. And the other is getting the proportions in balance. So you have the right amount of fat, the right amount of water.
Now that we're on the subject of fillings and the chocolates, what do you offer in terms of fillings for your chocolates?
We do everything. We do very traditional European style formulations like our hazelnut introvert, which is a honey hazelnut ganache. Very light, very liquidy. And then we do nut fillings, jandujas.
What type of chocolate do you want to be known for? What's the one item that you have that you want everyone to be like, oh, I want to go to Tschudin's because they offer the best?
Well, I'm really proud of the night in Tunisia. That's our combination of red chilies, fenugreek, cardamom, coriander, and adjouan.
I had that.
Yeah, and that's pinball for your taste buds. So I want them to say, wow, that was incredible. That was a chocolate that sent me places. And then our garam masala is really outstanding too. That's black cumin, black turmeric. and rose petals and things like that. And it's the Maharaja version of it. Closest thing you might associate it with in terms of an American palate would be gingerbread mix. Something along those lines, very aromatic. Then, of course, our high-heeled shoes, which is how I've channeled my foot fetish so far. Yes. And then our chocolate puff pastry. We've got a beautiful chocolate puff pastry, laminated dough that has chocolate actually built into the dough, not inserted in it afterwards. And that we have a baked-in almond rum pastry cream, and on top of that, a mix of tartan apples. And that is phenomenal. It's just got layers of crunch that you wouldn't believe. We make mousicles too, and that is mousse on a stick dipped in a combination of cocoa butter and chocolate. So you can walk around, instead of eating an ice cream cone or frozen yogurt, you can have a mouseicle. A mighty mouseicle. Here I come to save the day. Our anchovy ganache, it's more of a novelty, but people really love it. I mean, it sells out amazingly quickly. And we did it originally as sort of kind of an idea of pushing the umbrella. You know, people have bacon chocolate and all that sort of thing. And we've done everything from corned beef to calamari. But when we did the anchovy, we really had a hit on our hands. We used really great quality anchovies, so a lot of people don't like anchovies because they've had inexpensive anchovies, but really good anchovies are phenomenal. They've given me a list, and this is what I am supposed to do. There they go. I must hurry and catch up with them, for I am their leader.
What would people do with this anchovy ganache? Like, do you just eat it on bread? Do you eat it with a spoon? Do you eat
no. We make it into a little button chocolate. You actually pop it in your mouth like you would any other chocolate. Oh, dog biscuits. I'm gonna slip some dog biscuits. See, dogs are not allergic to cocoa butter. They're allergic to the dark dry solids in chocolate. Okay. So each bean has a component of cocoa butter and a component of dark dry solids. So what's nice about this is you'll learn how to dip, and the techniques that we do for this carry over into everything else. All right, so technique. Right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
All right, so this is going to be true for almost every object you dip. We're going to use surface tension in our favor. So we're going to dip it like about halfway, and we'll let it drip down. And then we're going to touch it to the surface 6 times. Just the surface. And what happens invisibly, the surface tension will pull off the excess chocolate. So a nice even coat, and then we'll just lay it down gently. You start at the top row there, and then you work your way down, and that way you won't be dripping over what you just worked on. So
I botched it already!
By the way, if you want to have to try one, it's okay.
Oh, okay, because it looks so yummy and delicious.
They absolutely are. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take things and then recycle them into different things. This will make a really pretty base for a sculpture. And actually, I can turn this one into mahogany.
So what's that doing there?
It's vibrating out any bubbles, and it's also leveling it out. When it's strong enough to support something, but not so much to waste chocolate. All right, here we go.
Rob, where is it that you get your training experience from? Are you classically trained like?
Yes, I studied with Placido Domingo, and then but then I threw me out of the opera. So much for my classical training.
Well, you know what I mean.
No, I'm just teasing you. I'm actually the product of a one-week wonder course for chefs in the hot kitchen that the CIA put on a few years back. So it was actually kind of a fun class because we had people, that were chefs for the Joint Chiefs of Staff and for embassies and so forth. And basically it was a fast-track course for people that already knew kitchen basics to try to help them understand how to make chocolates and bonbons and pralines in a conventional kitchen that was not necessarily set up as a pastry kitchen. So basically we learned how to make chocolate under sort of battlefield circumstances, if you like. And that was really helpful. So of course I went back to the restaurant where I was working, and I went down to the local restaurant supply shop and bought their best chocolate. It said couverture, which is a sign of quality. Only one problem: well, knowledge is a dangerous thing, and I did not realize at the time that chocolate came in different viscosities, like summer weight and winter weight motor oil. Some is as thin, some as thick as sludge. So anyway, I went back to the restaurant where I was working, fell flat on my butt. I'd hoped to be a big hero for Valentine's Day because the course I took was just before Valentine's Day. And so I sort of fell back on my regular desserts, got through Valentine's Day and said, I'm going to go find some place where I can figure out what I didn't do right. Because I thought I really understood what was going on. So I came down here to apprentice, and 3 weeks later the owner says, okay, I've had enough. Time for you.
So wait, after 3 weeks of being an apprentice, they just gave you a place?
Basically, she.
Sorry.
That's right. And of course I still didn't know what, I still hadn't figured out what the issue was. I just figured something was different about the way I worked it. And it wasn't until I finally met with the manufacturer's rep that I was clued into how to read the little codes on the sides of the box and figure out the viscosities.
Oh, okay.
So I now joke I could have saved a lot of money and time by just meeting with the manufacturer's rep. Instead I ended up with a chocolate shop. But that's okay, it's all good. I met a lot of really fabulous people here. And most importantly is about a dozen of the kids that come through here have gone on to major culinary careers. Laura, whose name you've heard us mention, came here with a fine arts degree from NYU, and after being here for a while, she decided to go back and she went to the French Culinary in New York and got another degree. And then she worked at all sorts of great New York restaurants and bakeries. Fortunately for us, she decided to come home and visit with her folks for a while, and so we snagged her back. So she's helped us launch the croissants and things like that, which we're doing in a small way, but really hadn't figured out how to do in production and quantities. So she's been a tremendous addition. And plus it's also helped get all the other kids more focused. And recently we started doing cannoli and so forth because, you know, a lot of bakeries, a lot of places will bring in their cannoli shells from elsewhere and then fill them. And we thought it'd be kind of fun to make our own cannoli shells. So we do some that are straight up, some that are chocolate, some that are, you know, flavored. Alrighty, so. Nice. So what we'll do is we'll make that look like mahogany. This is the first stage. This is going to be fun because it's going to be more than just mahogany with these extra colors. So we're going to kind of give it a little wood grain effect. All right.
So let's see here. Do you want to try some chocolates?
Yeah.
This is the phenomenal cannoli. Rob, you gonna help me pipe this, or you're just gonna dictate?
Well, I'm just going to squirt it in there, and then we're just going to get down to the end. Then you want to kind of run it around in circles so you get a nice little curlicue at the end.
Okay.
Pigtails.
All right.
And then you do the same thing at the other end, so eventually they're going to come together. Ooh, look at that. Oh. And I'm going to turn around to make sure that they both get, so it's filling all the way through there. So make sure there's no empty space in the middle.
There probably is, I'm not even going to lie.
Get a little sprinkle of powdered sugar, and now it looks perfect. Voila.
Alright guys, you're watching this first. I didn't make the cannoli shell, but I piped it with some cream and it tastes really yummy.
Oh, gee. I'm going to fill in while they're chewing. Okay, so we have here our two testers. So what are we going for first?
Alright, well first, why don't we introduce every single one of these little delicious delights.
Okay, our world famous cannoli made from scratch, shell, filling, and all that. And then our Valrhona Hivara Latte milk chocolate mousse inside a chocolate cup with this lovely mirror finish, and you can eat the evidence, you see.
Exactly. Aha!
Let the tasting begin!
Yes! Da-na-na-na-na. Woohoo! Oops. Oh, I had a giant. Do you want some of my spoon? Alright. No, I can get more. I can get more. Do it. There you go. There we go. Alright, cheers!
We have a few testers.
I like that.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So Rob, what is the secret to this mousse?
The secret, besides love and attention, is the fact that we make a ganache with the milk chocolate, and then we lighten it with whipped cream.
Yeah, that's really good. It's smooth and creamy. And
It is.
oh my gosh, it's delicious.
And now, wash that down with a sip of this mango milk chocolate milk. So it's chocolate milk on steroids.
So it's mango chocolate milk?
It's mango chocolate milk, so it's nice and cold and refreshing.
Mango chocolate milk.
Wow.
Yeah, see what I like about that is that you get surprised.
Yeah.
Because it's like just a very light hint of mango.
That is so
Which we're just getting right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are sharing it? I was thinking. I don't care.
You want to try the cannoli?
Yeah.
Who piped that one? Oh, you did. Haha. But isn't that incredibly delicious?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That is really good.
It's light, it's crispy. The filling itself must have like some cinnamon and at least a hint
Yes,
of
it's
nutmeg.
a little koji cinnamon. It's a very unusual cinnamon.
And it's very rich, the filling itself, but it's a decadent type of richness.
Oh, it's so good.
So what have we got? Alright.
Well, look at that.
I know!
That is a handmade croissant. We make our own laminated dough, and that dough has to ferment for quite a few days to make it really yummy.
Get up on that crunchy deliciousness right
Yes,
here, people.
and let's catch it in case it should fall
Yes,
off the
that's
plate.
it.
All right, so we'll rip it apart and try it.
Alright, rip it apart.
Very good.
Oh, wow, that's crunchy. That is some beautiful, crunchy, flaky goodness. Oh,
Those
wow.
nice layers.
Look at that. Yes. Cheers!
And then when you get to the ears, they'll be really crunchy. Yeah.
These are the best croissants I've ever had.
Thank you very much.
These are phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, they're made with lots of love.
I mean, you just look at that. It's just flaky goodness.
Yes.
All in there. All in there.
Can I have a piece too?
Go ahead.
Smell the yeastiness of it. So buttery, you almost don't even need any butter on it.
Exactly. It's
I would just
got
eat
so
something
much
like that.
flavor in itself. Like it's
In case you missed it off camera, the cameraman said, I want a piece.
Yeah. It has this incredible crunch, just butteriness. It's light, it's flaky. It's everything that a croissants should be. Croissants. Can't even pronounce it today.
She's got a crush on my croissant.
I do. I have a crush on the croissants. It's everything that a croissant should be. Buttery, light, flaky, delicious. Multiple layers.
All that you can be.
that was so good. Man, I could like eat that forever.
See, sometimes it pays to be flaky. You know, people think that chocolatiers have it made, that all sorts of wild parties, tons of beautiful women coming by. It's all true. Eat your hearts out. We'll essentially create that illusion that it's made out of mahogany. Kind of emulates, you know, furniture polish or something along those lines. And then we can, you know, we can use that as a base for just about anything. I could do anything I want at this point. I could put a chocolate display here. We could lay croissant across here. I could, like, you know, model my hand.
Yeah.
And yet this is its true color.
It's chocolate. Maybe I could just eat it and make you jealous.
Oh, she wants